Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It was thank you very much. Thank you very much for helping me read this disclaimer. And, reading this disclaimer with me. Thank you so much. I'm not a psychologist, not even a college graduate, but I am someone who cares deeply about you. And I will show you through actions, not just simple words. So today we're bringing back the S marks. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. All right. We are going to start out here. We're going to start off with an email. And I just saw this email coming in, and I'm actually very excited to read it. No pressure. If it sucks, I'll tell you it sucks. But I'm actually very excited to read this. Hi, Mark. Here is my Amazon strategy just for this room only. Don't put it out in the public video. I respect that. I want to bring value to the fam around you. I call this buy the dip paired with the Q strategy. Amazon seems to track well with the Qs. Sure does. Not sure how this would work on other stocks. I only do it on Amazon for quick scalps. Since Wednesday, Amazon has been good for me scalping. So I just want to, I want to bring something up on Amazon. Maybe it'll be readily apparent on a 5-minute chart. All right, so here's the first thing of Amazon. Amazon today on the 5-minute chart was able to remain above the first 5-minute high pretty much the whole day. Also, for a large part of yesterday. So, excuse me, yesterday. So that's Monday above the day 5-minute high. Over here, early on, it was holding above the 5-minute high uh, on yesterday, and then it sort of grinded, and today it sort of held up the whole time. Want to point that out so you could almost note when it's going to be potentially in your favor. Maybe that's not what you need, but that's what I notice. So since Wednesday, Amazon has been good for me scalping. It's usually the first hour of the market, but today was almost all day. This is not a C strategy, but just she meant like not street smart edge. I think she just meant C strategy, but just something I found that works for me, but only if Amazon is up for the day from the previous day. Is trading higher than its opening, right? So you already get it. Trading higher than its opening price and is strong, preferably trending up, and the Qs are strong as well. Option one. I usually don't quote unquote chase Amazon, but wait for a pullback or a pause, and then look to see how the Qs are. If the Qs are going down, wait. Then as soon as the Qs start going up and the bid is increasing on Amazon, I would buy it. I will sell half on the way up and then sell half on the other half as it goes up more. Second option, option two. If Amazon is in a consolidation range, just going sideways, and the Qs make a jump, most of the time Amazon will respond in kind, but have a delayed reaction by a few seconds, and this gives you time to get in. This is common and known because Amazon, you have to understand, let's say a 5 cent move on the Qs is good for $1. But the offer and the spread is $1.50. So if it goes up 5 cents, it might have trouble pushing up right away. Hence, this delayed reaction is actually an accurate assessment and perception of the scenario. But just trying to give you my opinions on it. Amazon will respond in kind, but have a delayed reaction. But I still want to see it start to respond before buying. So even though she sees the Qs going up, she just wants to see some bids maybe come in, maybe one of the offers left up before she buys in. The bid has to be rising. I'm also extremely quick to throw it away if it takes too long to go up. So she's using chronological stops, which is something um, that I swear by. Like, why aren't you going up? What the F is wrong? If the bid starts to drop too much or if the Qs drop, all of these trades are just quick scalps. Average hold time is between 5 and 60 seconds. Contract size is usually between 2 and 6, or an average of 4. My mental stop is about $1 on the bid side of the option contract, but usually I'll be out before then. Sometimes it drops fast and I'm taking a 1 to 2 point hit, but most of the trades I toss them much sooner than the stop. Today I like trading contracts that were $10 to $20 in the money. So she's buying option contracts that, if the stock is at $3,200, she might be buying the 3190 call, the $3,190 call, if the stock is at 3,200, as opposed to the $3,210 call. Or she'll even go a little bit deeper in the money, $20 in the money, like $3,180. On Fridays, it's much harder, as the IV on the options can kill you if Amazon is not actively on the way up. Why not just go out next week on a Friday? Yeah, you'll pay a lot for them, but do you really care if you're trying to make $1 on a $50 call, or a $10 call, or a $20 call? Just my thoughts. Just something to ask yourself. Not telling you what to do. I think of Amazon like playing with a wild tiger. Really? That's how I view, taking care of my 2-year-old. It can reward you nicely, but also bite you in a second. And yes, I have teeth marks and scars on my body from the bites. This is a very good analogy here. Hence why you have to be very agile and quick to toss the trade, if anything you don't like, and be just as quick to jump right back even if higher than you just sold, if the conditions change. I agree with it. She's in the sort of zone. You're applying everything that I do. So I think that's an amazing strategy. Do you guys have any questions on that strategy? Thank you so much for sharing that. It literally embodies what I do and talk about. That's why I watch the cues. That's why I say, all right, the cues are still with you, or the cues are going against you. Like, this is exactly what I do. And I'll tell you right now, it does work on other names. You're not going to get the same reward or pain um, on like on a Facebook as you would an Amazon, obviously, which is fine. I would not necessarily look to do this strategy with other names. So watching the cues and buying on any rip. So Amazon, Jason, has a delayed reaction to the triple Q. So if the Qs go up, Amazon might not be doing shit. So the Qs go up, she's just watching with her finger on the buy button, assumedly. And she's saying, all right, the Qs go, the Amazon bids come up a little. All right, now I'm going to hit in. Or an offer prints off. All right, now I'm going to go in. She just waits for that little sign that confirms that it wants to go higher. She has a higher ceiling than you and I will ever have, Booth. She has a higher ceiling. She has a higher ceiling than you and I will ever have, Booth. You don't get it. She is why she has a higher ceiling than you and I will ever have. Women are better traders than men. Could you imagine if she was doing 10 contracts? I don't want to, I'm not saying don't do, no, stay away from that. Build yourself a massive whatever you need to do, doing exactly what you're doing. Don't change it. A sexual joke? I mean, I'm gonna just move on. Um, yeah, I could copy and paste this email to the room. Sure. Let me just give me a moment. I'll save it, put it in the portal, and I'll share it in the room. I'll spam it here. I'll spam it here. And then I'll save this as Amazon scalp strategy. All right. Let's see. Whoa. Upload new. Can I add a text file? I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. And it's there. Called Amazon scalp strategy. Moving on along. Thank you for your email. Moving on along. That didn't copy. Mark, I tried for 2 weeks to import my data from Schwab to H&R Block tax software. And despite numerous calls to Schwab and H&R Block and many hours of hold time, I'm still unable to download the data. Someone or more in the room suggested just putting the summary total on one line. I tried the group trades feature in Schwab, but it rejected any value of $10 million dollars or higher. Obviously, even with sizing down, I traded much more than $10 million dollars of stock over 250 trading days last week. I want to e-file my taxes. Can you ask the room if they're happy with any tax software, especially if they trade with Schwab? Thanks. Are you guys happy with any tax software who use Schwab here? Any of you? TurboTax? People saying, I don't mind answering this question. It's above my pay grade. So I will ask others. People are saying TurboTax. I have an accountant. I don't mess with this shit. I mean, stuff, says Juice. Um, Juice is like, nope, don't have time for that shit. I'm with Juice. Here you go, accountant. You use a Jewish guy software. You mean an uncle, Geronimo? I need a doctor. Oh, thank God I'm Jewish. There's one in the family. I need a lawyer. Oh, thank God I'm Jewish. There's one in the family. I need an accountant. Oh, thank God I'm Jewish. There's one in the family. I'd cry, but I can't because it's true. Moving on along. Um, People are saying TurboTax, Jewish CPAs. I mean, I don't know a doc. I guess I sort of have a doctor in my family and a lawyer. Holy shit, the stereotype is true. Accountant? Do I have a Jewish accountant in the family? I don't think I have a Jewish accountant in the family. Yeah. Love you, Boof. Keep up the great work, brother. Rotating into this room. Your your skills and disposition and rotation has brought you here. All right. So TurboTax, my brother, would be your answer, according to your fam in the Newsbeat Live. Moving on along. Let me just hide your name. Good evening, Mark. Good evening. Hope everything is going well. I started trading last July with a small cash account and was thinking about opening a margin account at the end of the week. I made a goal at the beginning of this year. If I hit $25,000, I will add $3,000 into my account for a cushion to open up a margin account. That's why picture shows a 3K up day. I have asked for advice from Eddie and Boof about it also. I scalp 1 to 2 contracts mostly, and the max I'll take is 5. I don't want to change the contract size per trade, but be able to take more trades in the morning. I've been finding great consistency in this environment with the new green takes red method and 1 minute know your limit eights. I I have been having $200 to $600 up days with the cash account. So is the extra buying power worth it? I don't know. Are you happy with $200 to $600? That's a lot of money. I mean, if you're averaging $400 a day, let's say, I'll cut you in between there, right? Just making it up. And I don't want you to change anything you're doing or aim for that number. Um, that's 96,000 a year, $400 a day, right? 2,000 times 4, 8,000. Incoming Jewish accountant joke. You get the picture. It's It's serious money. It's serious money. So, is it 252 days? I just did 5 days a week, 4 weeks in a month. So I did 400 times 5 is 2,000 times 4 is 8,000. 8,000 times 12 months is 96. Anyway, it's about 100 grand. Point is it worth it? I can't answer that question for you. I don't know. I can't legally answer it, and I can't even as a friend answer it because I just have no idea if it's worth it. Some people make that jump and they have a harder time. Some people, it is worth it and they just keep going. I've seen both sides. I feel like I'm ready to make this step towards margin, but part of me thinks is what I'm doing is working right now. Why make any change? And I think that is the best question you can ask. I agree with this. I completely agree with this question. How does one fix that which already works? How does one kill that which has no life? Any advice? Thanks for all you do. It's anonymous, Boof. But he talked to me. I have to know. It's anonymous. All right. So he started. He started in the. All right. Boof is saying that if this email happened to be written by Liam, Boof feels you're ready. But remember, you have to make your own decision. Liam started in the Newsbeat live room with about $2,000, $1,982.33. And he climbed it all the way up to, if he added 3 grand, he climbed it up to 26,739. So, he made, 13 times his money since July of last year. It's obviously a phenomenal return. Um, these stories I feel are more common than rare in this room. And I'm not saying that to make people struggling feel bad. I'm trying to inspire you through these emails and show you the easy, slow does it. And maybe you might be sitting there thinking, well, what am I going to do with 20 grand? I can't pay my bills with 20 grand. I have a wife who's into Prada bags who goes out while her husband is day trading, buys a Prada bag from the Short Hill malls. How am I going to do it with 20 grand? Um, so, uh, 20 grand, yeah, 20 grand would be a huge day for anybody here, I'm sure. But, like, I mean, I'm not downplaying the 20 grand. I'm saying doesn't matter what this number is. If there's a zero at the end or you take away one of the digits, it's not a big deal. The point is, this is the point. Look at that curve. He obviously had a really good day here. Look at that smooth equity curve. Other than the fact that it jumped up. Other than that, he's been smooth as a baby's. You know what? So beautiful job. Keep up the good work. Booth says if your name happens to be Liam, he thinks you're ready. I'm saying do whatever you feel to do and make your own decision. Thank you. Very, very inspirational email. Very inspirational. Um, Another email coming in right now. 2 hours ago. I cut off the H. There. Let me just. Hey, Mark. The last time I emailed was long ago, and it was a storybook. So I think that's why you didn't respond back. I probably did respond back, but I usually respond through these ta-das. Anyway, I've been overall happy with my trading results, but having a hard time throwing off a bad habit. I've been better at taking quick losses and quick gains, and therefore, overall, I'm about a 70 to 30 win-loss ratio. For the most part, I am taking my losses quickly. Then, out of the blue, I get it stuck in my head that the stock will move in a certain way and end up doubling down on my position. This is very, very common. And then, like, it's gotta bounce off this level, so I'll add more. Nearly every time I do this, I end up losing big. Then I'll learn my lesson, big time yet again, and go a long time without doing it. And then out of them, blue, do it again today. I did that today. I caught Zoom's amazing upside news move this morning. Great job, Geronimo, on that very nice early heads up. It made out well. Then I tried the green takes red off the 8, and instead of selling it when it didn't work, I held it and added to it as it went lower. I did the same thing with Beyond today. Caught the nice move early on and then traded again and kept adding it as it went lower. So now I have two huge losing positions expiring Friday that are deeply red, and I'll have big losses if there isn't a good rally for both of them tomorrow. Whenever I lose big, it's always because of this scenario. I have a rule, no adding in unless it's a planned add-on. Wrong. And I'm glad you wrote this email. I got one. How about we just do it? How about we just do this? Check this out. This is your email. I'm going to tweak it right now. Watch. How about that? How about that? You ever think of that? You ever think of that? How about just simply no adding in? No adding in ever. See, I used to have, how do I know? I used to have that rule. No adding in unless it's planned. And then in my stupid effed up head, I would think that there was a plan even though there wasn't. And then I'll usually go a while doing it well, and then one day I'll tilt and I'll blow out. And that would happen, and I know what you're going through. Just change the rule to no adding in ever. Don't give yourself an out. Don't say that it's okay to do it even if it's planned. It's never okay to do it. Remove it completely from your plan. It's like, you know what it's like? All right. That woman is crazy. I'm never going to hang out with her again. I can't stand her. She's crazy. She set my cat on fire. I called the police. They said it was property. She had to give me $250 to make up for the damages. And even though I love and miss my cat, she broke all my records. And you know what? It was a crazy relationship. I'm done with her. I'm never speaking to her again. Forget about her. Then all of a sudden, it's like, all right, if I plan on just having coffee with her, I'll be it. Nothing else. You have coffee with her. All of a sudden, she knows you joined the Newsbeat live room. One thing leads to another. She hangs out with you. She literally the next day tells you she's pregnant, even though it's impossible to know. And you're like, how's that happen? She's like, well, I was reading your profile that you're a Newsbeat. I let you hit it raw. I mean, you knew what you were doing after that coffee. Now I'm yours again. Gonna set your cat on fire again and break your records. Now, I don't have records, despite being oddly specific, and I've never owned a cat. But why am I talking like this to you now? Because I want this to resonate in your head forever. And if I present it in a very strong way, like I did, you will remember it for the rest of your life. Be honest. How many of you remember the stupid guru joke from the other day? Why did the girl fall off the swing? Because she has no hands. Damn. Knock, knock. Who's there? Not that little girl. How many of you guys remember that? You see? It was strong, but you're going to remember the message that comes with it through your psychology because your brain remembers things around situations. So I'm literally catering to this gentleman's psychology. I had to make a powerful statement like that because otherwise what I'm saying will fall upon deaf ears and there's a very good chance it won't resonate with them. So if you're wondering why I talk like that, because he's going to be thinking when he adds in, he's going to equate it to whether he has a cat or not. I've never owned a cat. To someone lighting your cat on fire. Whether he collects records or not, I didn't. To somebody breaking all your records. To you getting out of a crazy relationship with somebody and then saying it's okay to have coffee with them. And then they find out your Newsbeat, bro. And all of a sudden, maybe he likes abusive. I hope not, Kelly. But the point is, don't add in ever. See, now the odds of him not adding in ever, ex- I can't tell you the number. My guess is he increased 20-fold that he's going to abide by what I say. I don't tell you, I don't tell you things that you want to hear. I don't tell you things that will make you happy to hear. I tell you things that you need to hear. And I wish somebody came and talked to me like that when I was starting out. There wouldn't be a room today, most likely. Maybe there would, but there wouldn't be a room today. I would be beyond wealthy if somebody came and everything I did talked to me the way I did. That's why I talk to people this way. It has nothing to do with my strategies or what he's doing. It has to do with having him to never add into a losing position ever again. How do you actually accomplish that with somebody? Have any of you stopped and think what a hard job that I have here to try to help this person never double down again? I'm not in the room with him. I'm not sitting there watching every trade he's doing. I'm not hanging out with this cat who has no fur on its body. I'm not trying to tape together a bunch of broken records. And I'm not some crazy woman on the phone calling him up, threatening him because now I got in with a Newsbeat bro. But I am a person who is going to ensure that if he hears this video, if he does hear this video, and I'm going to even send him a link, that he's not going to do this stupid thing again because this is going to destroy him if he doesn't get help. So just please keep that in mind um, when I talk this way to people. There's a reason, all right? Trust me. Perfect example. You want to know a perfect example which you guys can relate with? Booth. Remember Booth when he first joined the room? How many people remember Booth when he first joined the room? Serious. Toxic as fudge. Toxic as fudge. This little I'm sitting here threatening to shoot him in the ass with a tranquilizer dart, telling him to get rid of this crazy woman that he's with, giving him relationship advice, right? And look at the way I talk to him. You know why? You know why I talked to him that way? Because I cared about him. I still do, but at the time I cared about him. That's why I did it. When I talk to people like this, I care about. If I don't give a shit about you, I'm not going to sit here and waste my words with you. Remember that. Okay. Okay. So I'm watching it go against me, realizing I'm not sticking to my role. So you already know you're doing something wrong as you're in the trade. That's very common, but I'm doing it anyway. I already know I shouldn't be hanging out with this girl, but I'm doing it anyway. How do I break this one ugly habit? By just listening to this video. Like I said, I've been doing so much better and you have helped me so much. And then out of the blue, this mentality pops up and I can give up a whole week or month's worth of gains with that stupid trade. One of my rules is don't do stupid, but having a rule and sticking to it are different things. Amen. That's why you need somebody to talk to me the way I'm talking to you because you already know what to do. I'm not telling you anything new. I'm not telling you, oh my God, really? I shouldn't double down. Well, shit, now I know. I'm not telling you anything new. You know the rules. How are we going to actually implement them? By you remember the analogy I made inside answering this email, and you're going to be fine because it's going to jump up and it's going to cause a shock effect in your brain, and that's what I need. That's what I like. Literally, it's literally similar to shock therapy. I'm serious. Just mental shock therapy. It's like it works. You know, I almost want to get like one of those little buzz collars around my or around my kids, like ah. All right, screw this. Just take out a little remote here. Just go. Bzz. Bzz. Ah! Stop messing around with your brother. But no, I wouldn't do that. But you get the point. I want you to do that while you're trading mentally, not physically. All right. Um, I've been with your room going on 3 or is it 4 years now, and I must be the slowest learner on the planet. That's me. I am a very slow learner. You think I'm fast because I've become fast learner now, but it came from a very slow learner mentality. I don't participate much in the room because I'm a slow typer, and by the time I can respond to something, the topic's moved on. That's all right, bro. No problem. Thanks for all you do. Thanks for your email. I hope that I was able to help you. Uh, all right. Um, Hey Mark, so this week I started fresh after taking off during Passover. As you know, I'm under PDT and swings haven't really been working out of the money, but after catching up on your videos, I tried the approach of taking the bulk of my buying power, looking for that one good trade 3 times a week. Tesla was good on Monday, but I ended up selling for a loss. Anyway, around 10:50 a.m., I saw Apple and Amazon as potential green takes red on the 2 minutes. My plan was to take $2,000 on one call to count as one round trip on the PDT count. Amazon and Apple both had the ADMA above the rest, but Apple was about to hit the 21 and seemed to have more volume at that point. Just as a general rule of thumb, you're not going to make or lose much with Apple. So already, I'll tell you, I'm going to go through your email. Already, I would choose Amazon over Apple, but I'm just telling you first glance. So I chose Apple. All right. It was a 107 call, and I marketed in since the spread was tight. I got a lousy fill on Thinkorswim and it barely moved the rest of the day. But what really killed me is about 5 minutes later, that 32.70 Amazon call that was going for 19 to $20 per share spiked up in volatility to $35. If I chose Amazon over Apple, I could have made a quick $1,500. You would have not held it for 1,500, but even if it was 300 or 400 or 500. But alas, I did not. When I watch your videos, I agree with the mentality. If it doesn't move, Apple, chuck it and buy Amazon or something that does move. All right, so you're reiterating what I said earlier. But when you're below PDT, you can't take your buying power again and again. You're limited to amount of trades, and that is very hard. And I feel you, brother. I guess what I'm asking is, how do you combat this to turn it into something when below PDT and swings aren't working? Also, could you look at the two charts at that time and tell me if you agree or disagree with my assessment? I disagree based on the stock selection, but I'll tell you which one I thought was better technically for choosing Apple over Amazon at the time. I'll tell you, we'll pretend they're both Amazon. How's that? I need to know if I'm missing something. You can ask me in the room. I'm there now. Don't need to ask you in the room. You're talking about 10:50 a.m. Green takes red between Amazon and Apple. Let's go ahead and take a look for you. We'll compare it side by side with a 1 minute chart. So you got the 2 minute on the right. I'll remove my lovely face. And we got the 1 minute on the left. We're going to go to, you said 10:50, right? Here's the 1 minute of Amazon between 10:50 and 10:51. You could have bought on the 1 minute 8. And yeah, like it even moved $1.50 here. Maybe you could have made 75 cents. I mean, I know, don't downplay 75 bucks, bro. You're here to build. Use that person who Booth thinks is Liam to help your mentality. And all right, maybe you held for another minute, which would have been completely feminine of you, but that would have paid off big on Amazon. But let's go over to the 2 minute, see what you were looking at on that chart. That's on the right side. Well, um, green. All right, so between 10:50 and 10:52, the 8 hit. Just so we're perfectly clear, I am a big fan of the 21. I know I've been saying that every effing day. So like on Amazon, screw early. Let's pretend you didn't do the first 21, which would have gotten you in by day lows. I'm going to pretend you missed this move here, which was a homer on the 1 minute. Okay. Here's another 1 minute 21. Boom. You miss all this up move, right? Hits the 21 right here. Here's another 1 minute 21 pop. Boing, 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 boing. Here's another 21. Did it hit here? It did by a penny. Boom. Here's another 21 hits here. Boom. That's 1 minute. Here's another 21 here. Boom. Look at that. Sick. Now let's go over to the 2 minute. We're going to play the 21 game. Here's the first 2 minute 21. Boom. Here's the second 2 minute 21. Green takes red right over here. Boom. Believe me, I'm not talking about all this here. I'm not on that level yet, Shmooly. How about this one? If you were waiting patiently, pulls back right over here. Look at that. Hits the 21. Starts going up. Green takes red. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Hits it again here. Green takes red right over here. Look at that. Boom. I hope most of you in the room are sitting there thinking, holy effing shit, this is what I should be doing every day. You heard the Amazon email earlier. I'm showing you a 2-minute 21. I'm showing you the cues. That's how you trade Amazon. Let's go over to Apple. And I'm going to pretend, for sakes, that Apple is Amazon. Which one was better? Well, already on Apple, you know, you got above day highs here, and then you fell, and you really didn't get back above till over here. Till over here. That's over here is where you started trading above the highs, and you have all these moving averages above you. Then you clear them. Screw the eights. They're choppy. You wait for that 21. And by boom right here, that's a 2-cent move through the trigger. And right over here, this beautiful green bar, that's an 8-cent move through the green takes red on the 1 minute. Hits it again. Bang. 4-cent gain. Oh, what are you trading? Right over here, you got your 21 here. Bang! 9-cent move, bro. Sick. Those options must have moved 2 cents, maybe 3 if you got a good fill. All right, let's check the 2 minutes. Green takes red over. See, this is the funny thing now. You ready for this? If you actually waited for the green takes red on the 2-minute 21, you could have waited right over here. Boom, 45-cent move. The next time it happens right over here, green takes red right over there for the first time on this bar. I shit you not. That's a 46-cent move on the 2-minute. Which, if they both said Amazon and there was bigger moves than what I'm showing you here in Apple, we're pretending. Which one did I like technically better? I liked Amazon better because you are above the day high a lot earlier. Not only that, that's what the Amazon daily looks like. You've just been straight up breaking out. Apple, just as nice as Amazon to me on the daily, in all fairness, so the daily's equal. But Amazon just felt stronger early on than Apple. And I think the key thing to know is when the Qs were going down, you'd notice that Amazon was sort of, even if it went down with the Qs, was not going down as much as it was up. So in English, if the Qs went down 10 cents and up 10 cents, Amazon would be trading higher, is the insinuation. So hope that helped. It's a good question. Yeah, if I was in that situation, I can't tell you what to trade. You could trade whatever you want, but I would have avoided Apple personally. Again, I can't legally tell you what to do. Mark, for the year I've been a member of your service and watched your many recordings, I have started to finally turn the corner on trading and having confidence that I can be a consistently profitable trader. Very nice. I never intended to make any email I send you to be about a personal matter, but the current circumstances of mine and my children's lives, this is the time for me to do so. The link I have attached below is for a GoFundMe page set up on behalf of my son Gregory. Greg is 30 years old, married a little over a year, and is going to be having a funeral service for his newly lovely bride, Gentry Beauclair, in the coming days. The picture on the website is obviously from his wedding, the happiest day in his life. Now, because his wife Gentry committed suicide about a week ago, his life is destroyed. He is by nature the warmest, most caring person I know. I'm so proud to be his dad. I can't believe I'm typing these words. She was the love of his life, but past physical and mental traumas caught up with her, and I guess she could not handle the mental pain that she saw as her life. Even though my son is always a beacon of hope and love, her tragic action has forever negatively affected the positive mindset that defines my son for the rest of his life. If appropriate, to share with the Newsbeat family only, with respect, not on YouTube. And if the kind members decide to contribute, their giving will mean more than any words I can write. I hope, as a minimum, in sending this note, that this was an appropriate approach. I know I am not functioning well and will need to put trading on hold for some time. Hopefully, the link went through correctly. Sending much love to Mark, the Newsbeat family, and to all I am blessed to meet in life, as I am eternally grateful for each person whose path I crossed in this service. Oh. All right. What do you guys think? You want to hit it up? Yeah, me too. All right. I'm going to donate anonymously. I'm donating now. Wow. Just when you think you're having a hard time in life, always remember there's somebody who would kill to be going through what you're going through right now. Even if it's hard and it's not easy, there's always people in the background who you don't see, who don't speak much, who don't type much, who are going through their own thing. And you don't know, understand how many traders, I would even say in this room right now, yours truly even included, have had very deep, dark thoughts. And thank God, if you're here right now, you didn't follow through with any of them. And thank God for that, because you would devastate the lives of so many other people. It would be such a selfish move, as much pain as you're in. I'd rather have you reach out to someone like me. I'd rather have you reach out to the people around you here, people who care about you here. I'd rather have you do that than do anything that would, yeah, yeah. So, we've all been in dark places. This is why I try to do the things that I do in this service. This is why I try to get everybody on that right path. And look, I know there's some people here who who haven't gotten to where they want to go yet, and I respect that, and I understand, but I'm still fighting for you, and there are people who are already there and are doing awesome, and I want you to keep going, but it's not easy. That's it. It's not easy. I'm also gonna tweet it out. All right. Yeah, I feel you. You have people who care about you here, Zon. Never forget that. Invited you over my house. Granted, it's during the mass time and you didn't really come in for a drink, understandably, but soon for sure. All right. Ah, sorry. Hits me hard. Um, just give me a moment here. All right. All right. Hey, my account is under my Hotmail account. Okay. But I don't really use it, so I'm sending it from this email. I just want to say thank you. Yes, I pay you for the service, haha, but thank you for the calm. It has been helping me get back into the game. I don't know if you remember me, but I traded T3 a long time ago. I was with Ryan and Mike McKenzie. Anyway, thank you and have a great weekend. My pleasure, brother. I'm glad it's doing well for you. Mark, while watching TV with my wife and kids the other day, we were informed of a lady that was having quite a difficult start to 2021. In short, she's a single mom with two kids, one of which has lymphoma. She's unable to work due to Mandel's, her son's stream implant, and on top of that, their father passed away in 2019. I post this is really two GoFundMe's in one day. They actually came 2 days apart, but I didn't do the S mark the other day. I posted the link in hoping that we could come together to help them get closer to their goal. The story hits home for me as Memphis is my hometown, and despite how the reputation that it gets, I still think it's a great city. Our story was even printed, uh, excuse me, in the local news to bring awareness to our situation. Best regards. All right. Boy with lymphoma. You guys ready for round two? All right. All right. I always tip zero in the GoFundMe service part. Donation sent. I'm gonna just. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna continue tomorrow. I just don't have it in me to continue. Just too much in one day. You feel me? So hope you guys enjoyed. We'll continue the emails that I missed tomorrow. Happy trading, make money. I'll see you tomorrow morning on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast.